Coming to you live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas, this is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
Welcome to the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios, aka Jabron's Airbnb property. Here to help your business grow, I am your host, Alan Hernandez. Sitting next to me, your producers, David Bonilla and Jabron Hernandez. Thank you guys for joining us on today's show. Don't forget that you can drop all your comments, questions, concerns, trolling, anything that you guys want to talk about down below. We love all of your likes, your hearts, your angry faces. We want to see them all. We're excited to be here today. And as always, we have a phenomenal show planned out for you.
It's never anything short of incredible. I mean,
exactly. Now, before we kick it off, we want to talk a little bit about how amazing our training program was this morning, because we're so excited to be able to bring some of this stuff out to our agents, to the brokerage, to the industry, even just because we see that marketing is changing so drastically.
A lot of people they don't give the importance to a CRM that a CRM has.
Yeah.
And the reality is we've been through all of them. I mean, we've experimented with every single one. And while there are more powerful CRMs than the one that we're using now, it is so streamlined for agents that it makes it foolproof pretty much. I mean, anyone can get on there, start adding their leads and get to contacting them and doing the appropriate things to make sure they're making all those contacts, staying in touch, and providing valuable information to their clients.
Exactly.
So,
and, you know, this kind of stuff works at every level of the industry, too. Like, I love that you can use this as an investor. You can use this as a loan officer. You can use this, if you're playing any type of role in this business, you have to have a CRM. And it's crazy when I find real estate agents who are keeping their leads like on a booklet or maybe like even like on a Google spreadsheet.
I see like Google spreadsheets quite a bit. I ask people, how are you keeping your leads? And you know, that at least is a step above, keeping it on paper and in writing. Yeah. I remember one time we were doing our house flipping bus tour. This was probably a year and a half ago, 2 years ago now. But we were doing a house flipping bus tour, and after the bus tour, we found a notebook. Yeah. And inside the notebook was literally every single person, this person's, all their leads. And they were keeping track on their last contact date and everything. Yeah. So it was like a CRM, but in paper. And then when they lost that, I have no idea what they did. We contacted everyone. No one ever claimed it. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, somebody just lost an entire book of business.
It's like a year's worth of book of business.
Yeah, instead of just keeping it digitally and not having to worry about that.
Well, what I like about the new system we moved to, the new CRM that our agents received training on this morning, is just the different capabilities. I mean, it's got the dialer available, mass text messaging, building landing pages and squeeze pages in a matter of seconds. I mean, all of those integrations are just amazing. I'm blown away by the technology.
I'm glad you bring that up, because I had someone ask me recently, can you still get leads sending out like letters or sending out postcards?
You can. You can. Here's the issue. Why do that kind of marketing when you can have very direct, targeted marketing that you can get the exact results from? You can tell exactly who clicked. You can reach out to every single one of those people. When you send out a batch of 10,000, 100,000 letters, whatever you're doing,
even if it's 100,
it's so hard to know who actually even received it and looked at it. Yeah. You can track who called you on it, but sometimes that doesn't matter. We've had people who call us a year and a half later after receiving a letter. Yeah. And it's less trackable. Yeah. The more you can track your data, the better. That was the
issue that we had with sending out letters, and we've for years been sending out letters to homeowners. Oh, yeah. And the problem is it's really difficult to track when they received it, what letter they got, any of that stuff. And even when we had, I don't remember how many numbers we had, different callback numbers to try to track some of those letters. Yeah. I mean, it just became so overwhelming that at some point you're just like, well, hopefully it works. Let's just throw it out there and hope that things work. So yeah, I mean, being able to do that is priceless. Putting out a quick virtual bandit sign, which is what we want to call it, because investors are still out there saying, do bandit signs work? And heck, I actually just met somebody the other day who was like, man, I've thrown at least 100 bandit signs, and the one call that I got was from the city of Houston getting ready to fine me.
Giving you a fine? Yeah. No, and Vanessa says it, and then she's so right. She says letters are really expensive. And why would you do that? Why would you do the letters when you can go on Facebook, you can do a targeted marketing campaign, spend $50 to $100 and get the same results you'd get from sending out 100 letters. Yeah. And letters cost you $1 each. Yeah. And then sometimes you send out a batch of letters and then you get returns. Yeah. That doesn't happen with targeted marketing. There is no return mail. There is no return leads.
Vanessa just commented, letters are expensive. Is that what you
yeah. That's the comment I was talking about. Yeah,
because she sees how much money we spend on sending out letters.
And look, 5 years ago, direct mail marketing was the way to go.
Yeah.
Facebook was not developed enough yet. Google AdWords were costing $25-$30 a click. So targeted marketing through direct mail, you could still target your direct mail, was a very effective method. But nowadays, when you can have all the analytics and everything else that you can get from Facebook and really, really crank it down to who your target audience is, it just doesn't make sense to me to spend $1,000 on letters when you can get the same results, if not better,
way better,
spending a fraction of what you would spend.
Yeah, way, way better.
But to do that, you got to have a good CRM system.
Well, yeah, and somebody to teach you how to use it, I think, too, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. What good is a CRM system if you don't know how to utilize it?
Absolutely. All right, you guys, we have a great show planned out for you guys today. We can't wait to get back. In fact, in the next segment, we're going to talk about somebody who just got fired. And we're going to tell you guys...
It's a segment of Is It Racist, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I skip the...
No, it's all one. It's all one, man. It's all the same this
it's in the same thing.
Yeah.
So somebody that got fired for being racist or for not being racist?
I don't know.
We'll never know. We'll have to find out. Stay tuned. You're on the Realty Ruckus. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where you chat with us live during the show. We can answer your questions on the air. Now, we want to know, David, how's the weather going to be this weekend for us?
Well, guys, I have some bad news and I have some good news. We are expecting some rain to come through the area, some scattered thunderstorms through the weekend and through into early next week. Now, the good news is that rain is actually going to bring in cooler weather. So coming the 1st of October, we're actually going to be able to welcome the new month with some cooler weather in the low 80s. So I know that's going to be amazing weather. That's my favorite type of weather, actual cool fall weather.
I can't wait, man. That really is my favorite type of weather. Hey, is my mic on? Test, test.
Yes.
All right.
You're back.
So, all right, let's play a game. Let's play a game. Our favorite game to play on this show.
Yes.
And it's called Is It Racist? All right, so here's the deal. We're really strict, especially like in our brokerage. We're really, really strict on what our agents can and cannot post on Facebook. And a lot of it comes down to posting on anything that is controversial, anything that is going to affect their business. Because overall, if you post something that 50% of people out there don't agree with you on, they're more than likely not going to want to work with you.
Yeah, exactly. Polarizing comments. That's what we always say. If you're going to be polarizing, you got to watch out. Now, I think that she was beyond polarizing with this one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Let's see what everyone else thinks.
So we're going to play a quick game of Is It Racist? We're going to tell you guys exactly what happened, who it was, what they did, and then at the end, we'll see what you guys think. So be prepared to let us know what your thoughts are on this next subject. So tell us the story, what actually happened, where, when, and why.
Okay, so it's this lady by the name of Lynn Hicks DeSanto, and she was a Keller Williams agent and a state representative in South Dakota. Well, she went on Facebook and she made a post which happened to be political. Everyone knows with the tensions recently between several different types of movements, the tensions were running high. Well, she decided to post a graphic after the Charlottesville protest of a car running over people, and she said, and it says, "All lives splatter. Nobody cares about your protest. Keep your bleep out of the road."
Wow.
So she thought she would, no matter what side you supported what, she thought it would be a good idea to make light of somebody losing their life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the problem is here that the all lives splatter is a clear insinuation at the Black Lives Matter movement, because they're the ones that were doing the protests. And yeah, I agree. They shouldn't be getting onto state roads and highways and blocking them off. It's a really silly thing to do. But I'm also not going to go on Facebook and post something that says all lives splatter. And it's literally got like a little Jeep SUV running over people. There's like one person flying off the back, and another one on the hood.
Let me post the link real quick
let's
below.
post a link so that people can see this.
So if you guys go real quick to the article, you'll see.
No, here's the thing. She's a state representative.
Exactly.
Oh,
she was a state representative.
That's what makes it so bad.
So Keller Williams, she was with the Keller Williams branch, Keller Williams Realty Black Hills. They immediately let her go and also put out a post on their Facebook page. She said, it says, "Due to recent events, Lynn DeSanto is no longer associated with Keller Williams Realty Black Hills." Now some people, came back and said, "Hey, what business do you have getting into her free speech?"
Yeah.
But why would it be important for a brokerage? Like, imagine one of our agents put something like that. Why would it be important for White Picket as a brokerage to disassociate themselves with that agent?
I can tell you right now that we would have probably done the exact same thing.
Oh, yeah.
And more than likely faster, because things like this affect not just the agent that posted that, it affects the entire organization.
It affects the brand, because even though that's
the brand.
Keller Williams Realty Black Hills, no. People see Keller Williams Realty.
Yeah.
That's a hit on the entire brand. And the brand, I guarantee you, has no want to be the polarizing brand.
No.
Nowhere in their brand value is it, we're going to go into political things or people being on the road and get into those topics. That doesn't exist within Keller Williams. I can almost guarantee you that. I don't know. I don't know what their brand values are.
I can tell you that any smart business owner will take no stance on any kind of political movement, because again, we're here to help the masses. We don't care what you're protesting for or against. We just want to make sure that we can help you with your real estate.
Yes.
So if someone takes a stand inside of the organization, it almost makes it seem like that's something that the entire organization believes in.
Oh yeah.
And that's the last thing you want to do is literally cut your market in half.
I agree. And that's one of the things that we have. And all of our agents, they know this when they sign up with our brokerage. But one of our agreements with them is you're going to behave on social media.
Yeah.
And if you do things that are going to be very polarizing and offend some people, then we're going to have a talk about it.
Sure.
And eventually, if it's this bad to this degree, yeah, of course you got to let them go. Now, the question is, was it racist?
Was it racist?
Probably.
So that's right. We're still playing the game.
Yeah,
right?
this is a segment of Is This Racist? Is it racist?
Look, there's going to be both sides of the coin here, right?
It's not overtly racist.
So the on one side of the coin, it's a stab at Black Lives Matter. Right?
A little bit, yeah.
That's what
of
she's
course,
doing.
yeah.
She's taking a stab at them. She's like, look, just get out of the road. We don't care about what you're doing. Let's get out of the road or we're going to run you over. That's basically what she's saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On the other hand, she's also like, look, all lives matter. So,
No. All lives splatter.
Oh,
all
that's
lives
right.
splatter.
All lives splatter. Which, look, I get it. She was trying to be funny. She probably thought, look, this is no big deal.
Yeah.
But I really do think that because of the amount of people that really will find this offensive, it just doesn't make sense for her to do this business-wise.
I love what she said. She said, I'm sorry if people, I'm going to say it with the North Dakota accent.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry if people took offense to it and perceived my message in any way insinuating,
That's
support, or
definitely
condoning people being hit by cars.
But you said
a great accent.
Before we go to break here, you brought up something pretty good. You said she probably thought it wasn't too big of a deal. If you got to think, is this a big deal or could this be a deal? Go ahead and not post it.
Just don't do it.
Don't post it.
Just don't do it. Look, there's certain rules you have to follow on Facebook.
On social media, period.
On social media, period. There's certain rules you have to follow. Just like when you go to the restaurant, you're not going to just rip one in the middle of the restaurant. That's basically what she did. You know what I mean?
She just ripped one in the middle of the restaurant?
Ripped one in the middle of the restaurant. We have to take a quick commercial break. You're on the Realty Ruckus. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, or if you chat with us during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, before we went off the air, or for the break, we decided to do an episode of Is It Racist, or segment.
Absolutely.
We're getting back a lot of It Is Racist on this one.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are saying, this is
that's what it was.
Certainly, definitely racist, okay? So I think we're going to have to label that last segment as racist. totally racist.
Yeah.
Now, what I want to do, though, is I want to jump back because we got a really good question from Vanessa. She was saying, but how do we target elderly people that don't use Facebook?
Yeah.
And what I wanted to look at is, one, how many elderly people are actually using Facebook? Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, how can you continue to target them? Because I want to be clear.
Because you're just, first off, she's assuming that elderly people don't use Facebook.
Exactly. So I actually pulled up the numbers here so we can look at how many people by percentage are using Facebook. So age 13 to 17, 5.9% of people use Facebook in that age group. Okay, so very
Luckily,
low.
they don't sell or buy houses.
Yeah. It's a younger demographic. That's not who we're targeting. 18 to 24, 38%. Mm-hmm. So 38%. 25 to 34, 52%.
That's really what we're looking for a lot.
35 to 44, 38%.
Okay.
45 to 54, 32%. Mm-hmm. 55 to 64. Now, this one's interesting. You get a big drop there to 14%.
Yeah.
But then 65 plus, you're back up to 20%.
Yep.
And I wanted to add another statistic to you.
Yeah, go for it.
That the demographic of 45 to 54 years old is the fastest growing demographic on both Facebook and Google+.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that one is
the lowest,
blowing up now.
But they're growing.
Yeah, so you can still target quite a bit of people. Now, let me be clear about our message. We're not saying don't do direct mail marketing. Direct mail marketing still works. It's still effective. But if you're going to do it, really now start to zero in. So if you want to target elderly people, target people that all have a 65 plus homestead exemption.
Sure.
So now you're making sure that your marketing is going to that direct audience. Mm-hmm. The whole point of target marketing is making sure that you're targeting the exact person who you want to be reading that letter.
Yeah.
If you're looking for people that have their houses and they've had it for over 20 years with no mortgage and over 65 years old, you can break down all that information and directly target them. What you don't want to do is these blanket lists that people are doing. Oh, let me download the whole pre-foreclosure list and blow everyone up on there. Yeah, you're just one of a million other letters that they're getting.
Can you think of how many investors or even realtors have come up to us in the last few years and said, I sent out thousands of letters and I didn't get any calls?
Oh, I know people. They've come into my office. Hey, man, I sent 5,000 postcards out and I didn't get a single card back. What's wrong? Yeah. And then I look at their postcard and I'm like, well, there you go. And then where's the list that you sent it to? Oh, I just downloaded the pre-foreclosure list and sent it. Great, man. You're in a sea.
Or just like a blanket list to a certain neighborhood.
Yeah,
or a
exactly.
certain area.
It doesn't work. It just doesn't work that way.
Okay, so I looked up a little bit more updated statistics because that data I had found was from 2013. So updated from this year, the fastest growing demographic on Facebook is actually senior citizens, 65 and older.
And I believe that because I'm telling you guys, my grandmother blows up Facebook like crazy.
And seniors use the internet more than any other demographic. They got they have the most free time and the most extra
they're all
income
sitting at home streaming Netflix and playing on Facebook and chatting,
buying up all kinds of shit on Amazon, and they're talking about millennials.
Grandma like actually emails me, or not emails me, actually hits me up on Facebook Messenger at least once or twice a day, and like she shares all of our posts.
Oh yeah,
she comments on everything. Like Grandma's probably like one of our biggest fans.
Oh, my mom. I mean, she's not a senior citizen or anything, but my mom knows how to use Facebook Messenger better than I do.
Yeah, for sure. So I although I do think that Vanessa's point is valid, I don't think that you're gonna target everything on Facebook and be ruined later because that's all the marketing that you did. I think it's actually one of the strongest ways to market right now. In fact, it leads us to our next topic.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the last thing before we get into our next topic, the whole point here is don't spread yourself thin and feel like you have to do every marketing possible. No. If you're killing it on Facebook, then keep killing it on Facebook. Why not?
You might be missing out on some of those leads that are, elderly people who don't have internet. But if you're getting such a great return on your investment through Facebook, why not pour more of your marketing dollars there anyways? Who cares about those leads? Somebody will take care of them, but your money's doing best here on Facebook. Take care of those leads.
Let's talk about the one company that we really despise here in this show, Zillow.
I'm not even sure why we despise them so much.
I can tell you why.
I think because their values suck. That's why.
I can't stand what they do for our market. I
think it's Alan's hate for Zillow just grows every episode.
So tell us, what do you specifically dislike about Zillow?
I don't like that they take advantage of what we do as realtors by taking our listings, using our pictures, and then selling them right back to us. And then they price them up. They mark them up so high. They're crap leads. I can't stand them.
Yeah, I got to say, out of all the leads that we've ever purchased, the Zillow Trulia leads were the absolute most pitiful ones.
Yeah.
I mean, they were horrible leads.
Yeah. And I think other real estate agents around the country are feeling the same way you guys feel. And the numbers are starting to show that, which is one of the articles I actually found on Inman. It's speaking about how Facebook is becoming the more used platform for real estate ads over Zillow.
And it makes sense because if you're using Facebook, you can target who you want to reach out to. Yeah. Whereas the way that Zillow works, you're basically buying a zip code, right? And it stinks the way they work it because you're buying a portion of the leads from that zip code. And if you want the majority of the leads, you got to pay more than the guy that has a larger budget than you or whatnot.
Oh, and what's really annoying is that no matter what, you always come up with two other people. So it's three of you always on the site.
Yeah, even if you're paying the most.
Yeah, you can be paying the most, and you may come up number one more often than everyone else, but you'll still have a number two and a number three.
Yeah, heck, even if it's your listing, there's another couple agents on there that have nothing to do with you.
Yeah, no, and that really irritates me. Yeah. That whenever you can go onto one of my listings and it'll have another agent on there. Contact this person to learn more about this listing. Dude, that's my listing. Yeah. You're making money off of my listing right now.
Selling my leads right back to me. Forget you, Zillow. So tell me that they're declining and that they're going away here soon.
It is. So let me give you a little bit of this background. So Bortle Associates, which is a social media advertising a company, they put out this report. And so what they're seeing is a significant shift away from those basically pay for listing sites, like the ones that annoy you so much, over to, here, let me give the exact quote from him, to more sophisticated forms of targeted digital advertising in both display, which is the banners, and particularly in social media.
Yep.
So the display is the type when you go to Amazon and you see the products, and then all around the web, you see the banners on different websites. They're following you with the products that you had clicked on. So that type of targeted marketing is increasing, but mostly on the social media side, with the biggest winners being Facebook and LinkedIn.
Yeah, and I believe that. And I see why. It just makes more sense.
And here, I love it because Zillow, and I don't think a lot of people realize this, Zillow has yet to be profitable. Zillow has yet to make a single penny in profit. So they've posted quarterly profit earnings, but the next quarter they'll post a massive loss on their profit statements. Last year, I want you to take a guess. Don't even look at my computer. How much money do you think Zillow Group lost in 2016?
Over the year?
For the whole year, how much did Zillow lose?
$250 million.
You're very close.
Nice.
That's a large number.
I'm going to increase it to $262 million.
Oh, you actually should have gone the other way. It was a $220 million loss in 2016. Okay?
Wow.
This is a company that's been bleeding money now for the last 10 years. They're trying to do everything. Zillow Instant Offer, all that stuff, is to get constant revenue from those hedge funds.
And they're trying to say, hey, where's going to work if we need a reposition?
Exactly. They're trying to find what they can do. But right now, Facebook may be ready to kill them off. And I would love to see that. I would love to see it.
And I think Facebook is rolling out with some new strategies and some new pieces of software that are going to literally help realtors, right?
And the whole thing behind that is Facebook actually saw, let me scroll down to where I was reading about this, but Facebook basically, realtors caught on to the value pretty early on, some more than others. And so Facebook's ads have actually been the primary driver of them have been real estate agents and brokers. And so Facebook's saying, hey, we see you guys. We see that you're benefiting from this. We see that you love our platform. So we're going to go ahead and bet big on your industry and we're going to help you out. And so that's where a few weeks ago we did have an episode where we spoke about Facebook rolling out its own specific real estate ads for realtors, providing templates and different campaigns to help realtors out.
So it's going to make it really easy for someone who's maybe new, doesn't know how to put together a squeeze page, to just literally go in there, drop something together, boost an ad, and all of a sudden start collecting leads from people who are interested in buying or selling or whatever it is they're doing, right? I mean, and that doesn't have to just mean that it's a tool for a realtor. Can an investor use something like that?
Definitely, without a doubt. I think a lot of times, especially in the investor landscape, you have those gurus out there that have been teaching forever now, the whole bandit and yellow letter sign, that's the same old song and dance. But that's going to be changing. It's not.
Well, let's save everybody $50,000 right now. The $50,000 question. The $50,000 question is, can you go out there and buy houses sending out your yellow postcards?
You can, but I mean, it's all you got to get lucky, and you can't run a business off of luck. That's not scalable. You can maybe hit a home run every now and then if you get really lucky, and then you might be like the other people who show up and go, "I sent 5,000 postcards and I've got 0 out of it." Yeah, so it can go either way, but that's not a business. You may as well just be gambling.
Yeah.
I mean, you may as well go out and just gamble.
Yeah, and whereas in the other route, we can literally see how many leads we're getting per our spend.
Oh yeah.
So if we want more leads, we spend more.
So we have a comment here from Ricardo Rosales. Thank you for watching, Ricardo. He says, with direct mailing, I believe it is still easier to have a specific target based on the property. And then he provides some examples: equity, age of property, etc. With Facebook, it's easier to target demographics. We still find it more productive when we target the property first associated with personal distress.
Okay, I got it. So what he's saying is you can find more targeted lists with direct mail.
For distressed property.
For distressed properties. Yeah. But here's the thing. You'd be really surprised how much information Facebook has on you.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be really surprised. Because here's what happens when you're in distress. Let's say you're a distressed seller. Give me a financial reason why someone would be in distress.
Divorce.
Okay, divorce. What does somebody who is going through divorce or is thinking about going through divorce do immediately?
Starts looking up divorce lawyers.
They go onto divorce lawyers. So when they look for divorce lawyers on Google or on Facebook, what are they doing? They're going through there and they're browsing through their pages. And what Facebook does is they're saying, hey, you looked at 2 or 3 divorce lawyers. You're getting ready to go through divorce.
Or you clicked and you liked a divorce lawyer, and now you can target all the people that clicked and liked that divorce lawyer.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what else? Give me another situation. A bankruptcy, same thing. What else? I mean, almost everything that you can go through as a financial struggle.
And even you can go up and if you see that somebody's having like distress on their house, the house is falling over, you can look them up. People that have been looking at like the payday loan places. You can look at the people that have been looking at the title loan places. You can get so much good information off of Facebook that you may not realize it. You have to be a little bit more little bit more stealthy about it, because it's not just going to literally say this person is broke.
What situation is linked to a person having
financial
financial situation?
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Now here's something interesting. Vanessa says, what about bush buys? Now, for those of you guys that don't know what bush buys is, that's another word for driving for dollars.
Yeah.
The houses that you see as you're driving through a neighborhood that are either completely vacant or tall grass is overgrown, broken windows, you name it, boarded up. Those are what we normally call or refer to as bush buys, right?
Yeah.
Now, can you target bush buys on social media? Is that even possible? Because it looks like Vanessa doesn't think so.
It seems pretty difficult because you're targeting the exact property. And again, that's another example of very direct target marketing. You still need to do some direct mail marketing if that's part of your strategy, if you want to target those properties. Facebook is not the end all of marketing.
Yeah.
But look, Facebook and Google, and I say this all the time, they represent over 50% of total marketing in the United States.
Yeah.
So if you're not doing Facebook and Google, you're missing out on 50% of the available market.
And that's why we, although we highly we definitely, if you're going to do anything, recommend social media advertising, digital marketing. But we're not saying don't spend the money on direct mailing. If you only have $100 to spend, we're saying spend those $100 on social media.
Oh yeah,
but
absolutely.
If you have a much more expanded budget, definitely reach out to, like Ricardo said, just target those properties. That's a great idea, and it's
high
still a very
equity,
effective strategy.
age of property. You got a list. If you got a list of 1,000 properties with 70% equity or more that are 30 or 40 years old. Hit them up, call them up, send them a letter for sure. Why not? It's a great way to pick up some potential properties that way. We have to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll continue our discussion. You're on the Realty Ruckus. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service and an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on YouTube and Facebook, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air.
You were about to say Twitter.
I was going to say Twitter.
You were going to say it.
I went back to my old ways for a second there. I forgot the Twitter.
He even looked over guiltily, man.
Yeah, I did. I was like, oh.
Did you catch that? You looked over and said that.
I almost said Twitter.
I love it. Well, if you haven't been watching our show, BB's bold predictions have said that Twitter will be gone in the next few years. So that's why we're not on Twitter, and we're on YouTube and Facebook only. We appreciate all your questions, comments, and concerns below. We love being able to chat with you live on the air. Now, we just got done discussing Zillow, how much we dislike it, or how much I dislike it personally, and how we think Facebook is going to take over the marketing world in terms of of real estate leads.
Without a doubt.
With no doubt about it, right? And then we decided, well, let's talk a little bit about some of the things that are impacting clients right now. So that's what we're going to bring into. And one of the things that's happening lately is a big hack. And I know I love it when hacks happen. Like I love it when hacks happen. Do you remember like the last big hack that happened, which was with like one of the dating sites?
Oh yeah. That was with Ashley Madison.
That was a few breaches ago, bro.
Yeah, man.
I think the last big one was Target.
Man. Okay, catch up on your breaches.
Which one was the last one? Target?
Target was the last big one.
Okay, so Target got hacked at some point. All of their information got lost. But really, my favorite one is the Ashley Madison one because that's the one that caused a lot of.
Oh yeah, that caused a lot of divorces, man.
Well, yeah, and if you knew about that, then maybe you should have targeted some ads on Facebook. So let's talk about the last one that happened and what it's doing to impact our industry.
So this one is really bad because this one is Equifax. Now Equifax, as everyone probably knows, is one of the big three when it comes to reporting credit for consumers. So they literally they didn't purposely release, but they were hacked and they lost the information for about 100 million clients across the United States. Now, they're saying that represents about a third of everyone who had a credit report with Equifax. So you're talking about out of this room right now, there's 4 of us in here. One of our information is out there, and that includes your home address, your social security number, your telephone number, your email addresses if they have them, and if you signed up from their system, then you will also have been breached as well.
Wow.
Now, here's the thing. There's a major class action lawsuit going on that people are jumping onto, right? Equifax is trying to jump ahead of the breach by saying, go online. You can sign up for our service for free for a year. We'll even do the cold freeze. I forget what they call it, the complete lock, where you lock your credit completely.
Yeah.
No one can open up a credit account.
Unless you get permission.
Unless you get permission, yeah. And they're offering that for free as well to people for 3 months.
With a caveat.
With the caveat that if you do that and you get their services for free, you give up your right to ever jump into a lawsuit against them for any damages. So now we need to discuss with our people that are here, our listeners, what does that mean for them and what does that mean for their clients?
Yeah, and should we jump on that offer or should we just wait for the lawsuit and win $5?
So if you already have a credit monitoring service that you are paying for, you don't really stand to get anything special out of Equifax's service.
Yeah.
Now, I actually talked with an IT expert about this, and what he recommended was that you definitely go in and have a credit monitoring service, and you do what's called a partial freeze on your credit, which means that anytime somebody tries to go in and get credit, they call you and they try to get it confirmed. And then you say, yes, go ahead, or no, don't go ahead. So everybody, whether you know for a fact that you were hacked or not, everybody should go ahead and do that, at least for a little while. Now, you can go on Equifax's website and find out whether you were hacked or not. So if you go on their website, and let's post a link to it too.
Here's one thing I heard about that website, though, that it was actually spitting back random.
It wasn't that one. So there's a different one. The customer service line was giving away a phishing website, which makes it even all that much worse. Because
okay, so that's what that rumor was. Because someone did discover a website. I guess it wasn't the real one, but it was basically spitting back just random results on like, yes, you were affected, or no, you weren't affected.
Yeah, no, well, it said on there you may have been affected for most people. That's because a third of everyone in America was affected. Chances are you were affected.
You know what? This is really scary, and it takes me back to a time when all of a sudden I looked in my bank account and I realized that for months someone had been deducting small amounts out.
Yeah.
Every other day, and it was just small enough amounts where I didn't notice it. You know, it wasn't.
But it added up.
But it added up over the months, and I couldn't do anything. And I found out that because of the way that they did it, they had my bank account, my routing numbers, my all of that. All I could do was go submit a report at the police department.
Yep.
And the police department was like, get in
line.
The police department doesn't ever do shit, man. I had to deal with so many of those, but you're to replace that money, you can't get it back unless you file a police report. So you have to do that.
That's right. What. Yeah, you have to have a police report, and I did eventually get the money back. It wasn't about that, but it was scary to see that someone.
But see, you got lucky because you had a bank that was willing to give you the money back.
Yeah.
There's some small banks out there who have policies that say if it was from a debit card, then you don't have any protection on a debit card.
Yeah.
So if you get hacked on your debit card,
dang, what bank is that?
I've seen a few of them that have that. Yeah, I mean, it's a smaller local banks.
In this case, I was with Chase, so you know, it was just a matter of making a few phone calls and submitting the report. But still, I mean, what can people do with the right information, especially when they have your social security number and whatever other information Equifax has from you?
Yeah, so let's talk about what can happen if you don't do anything about your credit. So I know a lot of people out there. I've talked about this to a lot of people, and a lot of people always look at me and they say, "Oh man, you're just a doomsdayer. Everything that you were worried about the hurricanes.
You are kind of a doomsday prepper.
You're always trying to prep for this kind of stuff." And the thing is, this is very serious because you don't know when these people are going to start to use your credit. It's not necessarily today. Guys, the law enforcement just found out this happened.
They have 143 million names. Even if they start running through as much credit as they can through those, it's still going to take a while before they can get to all of them anyways.
Absolutely. This is something that may be 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road when it finally hits, and then you get hurt by it.
Yeah.
Now, we're not telling everyone run out and request a new social security number either. That you're talking about a whole nother bag of worms there.
Yeah.
But definitely start monitoring your credit at a minimum.
Well, here's the deal. If you live in America, you may want to have a credit monitoring service at any given moment.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, almost everything in our world here runs on our credit. I mean, you really can't buy anything if you have no credit here.
Yeah.
I mean, you have no purchasing power. Right. So, I mean, unless you're the person that literally stacks cash underneath your mattress and can buy everything cash, at some point or another, you have to use credit. And it's the people that never check their credit, by the way. It's the people that
always get hurt.
That don't ever have any kind of monitoring service or anything like that. That are always like, oh, crap, I didn't know that. Or I didn't know I missed a payment. Or I didn't know this happened. And their credit's like in the slumps. They just literally just forgot something silly. And they could have just fixed it had they had that service running. And it's like $20 a month at worst.
Would you guys recommend a service out there?
Yeah, so, I like myfico.com.
Yeah.
You get your FICO scores on there. You get a credit report that gives you all the information. So that's one of them. Obviously, you can go on Equifax and get that one for free right now. Look, but here's what the guy told me, the IT guy. So he said, look, because his company is a direct vendor of Equifax. Yeah. So they were the first ones to know about the breach before anybody else. He told me, you don't have a chance of really getting anything out of the class action lawsuit. So your chances of getting anything out of that are really slim. And the reason is you have to prove some type of damages. So you have to say, financially, I was harmed like this. And if you don't have anything on your credit report, you can't prove any damages. And granted, it could be 5 years down the road you get damaged, but the class action lawsuit's over by then.
Yeah.
So you may stand to win $10, $15, $20, some kind of the annoyance payment, basically, for the data being breached.
Yeah.
But unless you can prove real damages, you're not going to get much out of it.
Yeah.
So the service, if you don't want to pay for a monitoring service, you may be okay going to Equifax and signing up for theirs. And they're giving the free lock, like the full 100% lock, which is really expensive. They're giving that for free as well for 3 months.
I think you're better off going that route because I've been in some of these lawsuits.
Yeah.
And
like the Ticketmaster one. I was part of the Ticketmaster lawsuit.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, you want to jump in this class action? Or do you want to get, I think it was like $20 at the time. And I was like, I'll jump into class action, whatever.
Yeah. What'd you get? Like 5?
No, they gave you like 4 free tickets, but it was only for concerts that they picked from their own vendors.
Oh, okay.
And they were all like in North Dakota and New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not traveling
So
all the
you're
way
never gonna
there.
go.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Well, I've been in some other ones and I always end up getting like a $5 or $7 check. So it's not even worth it to even mess with it or go in there and submit your information or anything like that.
So definitely recommend to yourself and clients to sign up for a credit monitoring service. If you don't use Equifax, it's free. And even after the year's over, you should sign up with another one probably.
Yeah, and there's a really good one that's been recommended to me called LifeLock. I was told that LifeLock is literally the #1 service that you can get.
Yeah.
It's a little bit expensive, but if you're worried about your data getting sold and breached and given to somebody else, LifeLock is the way to go.
Now, you guys are going to think I'm a nerd, but I actually get a daily update on what my credit score is.
We've made fun of you before for it.
Yeah. No, that's good though,
man.
man.
No, seriously, and I'm looking at it right now. It's called MyFICO, so I use myfico.com.
Yeah, that's the one that I recommend. I like that one as well.
I get a daily update on where my credit score is, and if anything for some reason goes wrong or it drops below a certain amount, that's the first thing I'm doing is going on there and figuring out what it is.
It's not a bad idea. So monitor your credit on a regular basis. Also, one of our listeners, Paul, thanks for watching, Paul, and commenting. He says, to monitor your bank accounts daily and change passwords on a regular. I know people aren't going to do that, but it is a good tip.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that people don't check their bank accounts on a daily basis. I get like you do, I get a text message with my balance every morning. Mm-hmm. I check my bank accounts daily. And then I also know through my credit cards some credit cards offer like your free FICO score and some monitoring. So make sure, check out to see if your credit cards offer that benefit of doing the credit monitoring.
Yeah, that's true, because there is a lot of credit cards now that offer that.
Yeah.
And it's not just for that credit card. They monitor your entire credit.
And I know some banks also offer if there's a purchase over a certain amount from your account, it'll automatically send you a text alert. Or if there is a funky location purchase, like somewhere you're in Texas, but something happens in South Dakota, the alert too. So
yeah, we get
sign
those
up
with
for all
American
those
Express
alerts.
too.
Yeah, American Express is really good about that. And here's the thing: if you have a good credit card, then they take care of you. But it's not about that. It's not about somebody using your credit card information. It's about them going out and opening up new credit in your name, and then using that card that you don't even know about.
With all the information they have, they could literally do any number of things. Open new credit, use existing credits, transfer money in and out of your bank account, it's anything.
Especially if they have their social security number, man, they can do anything with that.
Oh, yeah. It makes them so powerful because the data that they get is so good.
Yeah. All right. So overall, what are we recommending here for the people that are listening? Because everyone's going to be asking this stuff right now. Like, hey, what's going on with this Equifax thing? What should we do? What's going to happen? Are we making sure that everyone just goes out and gets this service? At least get the free one from them.
Yeah.
Look, at a minimum, we're at a time now where, and Paul makes a big point about this. This has become more profitable than the drug trade.
Yeah.
Hacking people's accounts and stealing their credit has become more profitable than drugs. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? The drug trade was the most profitable illegal thing you could do before that. Before that, it was a syndicated crime. Then is a drug trade. Now, this is it. This is what the new crime is.
The problem with this is that there is just not enough information out there for the authorities to actually really chase these guys down and do anything.
So and the FBI will chase them down.
Get away. But yeah, I mean, unless it's like a big, giant crime, kind of like whoever's doing this hacking.
This is pretty big, giant.
Yeah.
But if you're doing, a handful of accounts, I mean, authorities are almost never going to even look into it because there's so many of them that they're just tossing you in the back of the line.
Now, what's got to be frustrating, and I think it's frustrating at least, is whenever you look at this company, Equifax, you think they've got to be the best out there protecting data. How could anyone ever get into their servers and then they get hacked? It makes you realize everyone can be hacked.
Yeah, the government's been hacked.
Yeah, our own private government has been hacked. No one is safe anymore. Mm-hmm. Have a protection service. Have something that monitors your accounts, monitors your credit on a daily basis. Don't let this happen to you. That's the best thing we can do.
Absolutely. We have to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll get into the tip of the day and go into our events. You're on the Realty Ruckus. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us on Facebook and YouTube, where you chat with us during the show. We can answer your questions live on the air. Now, we want to go ahead and jump into Alan's tip of the day. And Alan's got some really, really good information he wants to share with everyone today. So, Alan, tip of the day.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the center stage here, the spotlight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you are the host of the show.
Anything that I can do to help your businesses grow, that's what we're here to do. Thank you guys again for joining us. Don't forget that you can drop your questions, comments, concerns, trolling, anything that you guys want to drop down below. We love it all your likes, all your hearts, all your angry faces. We're here. We're here to get all of those. We love them. So, all right, one thing that I want to talk about that is really transforming the businesses of our agents right now is coaching. And here's the thing. Everybody steers away from coaching for several reasons, right?
Yeah.
For one, everybody thinks coaching is expensive.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's very expensive, and people get very cheap when it comes to having someone that they can talk to about their business. They're like, I don't know if that's worth it. I don't know. Is that really worth it to pay someone to talk to about my business?
Well, and here's the thing. Everybody thinks you have to have someone who is super duper experienced. Everybody thinks it's super expensive, right? And everybody's worried. The other thing is that they're worried about actually being held accountable. But let's talk about what actually turns your business from a hobby to a business, right? Yeah. And some of that, in fact, a big portion of that is accountability.
Oh, absolutely.
And what better way to literally go out there and grow your business than to have someone who calls you once a week and says, hey, did you get what you wanted to get done? Yes or no? Yes, great. No, you didn't. Why not? What are you planning on doing? And by when? And so that's what we want to talk about today, is make sure that if you're out there and if this is your first year in business, you can't afford not to have a coach.
Ain't that the truth?
You can't afford to do it. And I go back and think about all of the mistakes that I made in this industry and thinking that I could learn everything off of books. Because that's how I did it, right? You know, I read a bunch of books and I bumped my head.
Which is good. We're not saying that books are not good. Books are incredibly good and they're valuable because they give you data, they give you information that you need to know. But they don't hold you accountable. I've never seen a book that calls you and says, "Hey, did you do your letters? Did you send out your notes like you're supposed to?"
When I got a chance to stand up at today's training and see, you know, all of our agents fill that room and see some faces that have only been in the industry maybe 2 or 3 months. And think, oh my God, what we gave them today was what it took me almost 10 years to learn. You know what I mean? And we just cut that out of their learning curve. And they have a coach who is going to make sure that right then and there, they are implementing action and doing it strategically and not just bumping their head along the way.
Absolutely.
So we want to encourage you guys, if you don't have a coach, start looking for one. And don't worry about the fact that they have to be super experienced. Find someone in your office who's maybe just got another year or two on top of you and have an accountability partner. And an accountability partner is just as good as having a coach that you're going to have to pay $1,000, $2,000, or $3,000 for. Now, while those are good and while they have their value, I think if you have something, it's always better than nothing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. An accountability partner, a coach, whatever you can get. But at minimum, you want somebody who's going to make sure you're doing what you said you're going to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I know one of our agents, Reynaldo, he actually started an accountability meetup, so to say, where people from different industries come together and hold each other accountable, talk about their goals. And he said he's had some success through that. So, you know, look up that meetup. I'm not sure what it's called, but maybe you could search accountability there.
It's called Millennial Mastermind. You can find it on meetup.com. There's approximately 80 or 90 members in there already. Yeah. And it's all about coming together, sitting down, talking about what goals you have in your business.
Yeah.
And then finding someone on the table who can hold you accountable for those. So yeah, definitely look that up. We'd be more than happy to share that information if you guys are interested, because it literally will transform your business.
Big time.
Let's talk about some of the cool and awesome and amazing events that we have coming up.
Yes, absolutely phenomenal events. So tonight, this one was actually gifted to us from one of our very own agents, Yesenia. She won a happy hour at Howl at the Moon a few months ago now because of Harvey. So we had to reschedule. So we had talked about this previously, but now it's been rescheduled. So tonight, Anybody watching, feel free to come join us at Howl at the Moon from 7 p.m. And I think it's going to be running all the way to 11 or midnight.
Yes, but we want everyone to try to get there before 9 p.m.
Yes, before 9.
We want to get the party going early.
So they're providing some happy hour specials. I think it's like super cheap beers, like $1, $2 beers. And then the more people we have there before 9, the more happy hour specials, the more incentives, and the more free drinks we get. So please don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
Come out.
Come hang out.
Yeah.
This is our invitation for all of our viewers, anyone out there that's watching who maybe wants to ask some questions or just literally just wants to have a good time, to literally come and hang out with us tonight. We're going to be at Howl at the Moon. That's going to be downtown. Downtown,
yes. And then it's going to be starting at 7.
Absolutely. All right. So we'll drop that information down below as well for you guys that are watching. What else do we have coming up?
Okay. And so for the people who have gotten their fill of networking this week, maybe you can't make it out to Howl at the Moon, Right Path Real Estate is hosting their Marketing Made Easy training. That's going to be out at their offices tonight from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So don't miss that if you're all out of networking juice. But if you still got a little juice, come hang out with us.
If you've been trapped inside your house for a few weeks or you've been displaced, you probably want to get a little bit of steam off your shoulders.
Yeah.
Come on out to Howl at the Moon.
Yeah, come hang out with us.
Yeah.
Then next week, on Saturday actually, Quest IRA is hosting their boot camp. Now, this boot camp is for getting all the ins and outs of investing with self-directed accounts, and our very own White Picket members will be there. We'll have a table set up, so make sure to come out and catch us at that event.
Here's the thing. I get this question all the time. Where do you raise private money? Guys, we tell you where we raise private money.
Time.
Like we tell you, hey, if you go to these events, you can get people to fund all of your investment transactions with zero money out of pocket sometimes and get the most amazing deals, better than any bank can provide. Go to these events. Quest is going to be doing this boot camp. You want to sign up. You want to attend. You want to talk to the people next to you. Don't just go sit there and sit like a hermit and don't talk to anybody. It's all about going over there and making connections and finding how you can grow your business.
Exactly. There's a couple I skipped before that. So Tuesday, September 26th, Real Estate Networking Mixer hosted by Capital Concepts at Chapman and Kirby. And then the next day on the 27th, our very own Alan Hernandez is actually going to be on a panel of experts talking about rebuilding after Harvey. And this is a lunch and learn hosted on the northeast side of town at Los Cucos, Kingwood location, and that's hosted by Nationwide Premier Lending. And so Alan will be speaking.
Ironically, it's in an area that was very impacted by Hurricane Harvey. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about what resources you as agents, as lenders, as investors can provide to your clients in a time of need. It's not necessarily about you going out there and asking for the sale right now. That will come to you. That will happen eventually. Right now, it's about us saying, here's what is available for you. This is at your fingertips, and you are the resource center for that. Absolutely. So we want to make sure that we bring that information to you. Make sure you join us on the 27th for that.
Beautiful. And then last but not least, White Picket Happy Hour. Last one of the year, guys, at St. Arnold Brewery. That's going to be on October 10th. We're going to pack out the house again. Last time it was packed. This time we expect even more people. Hopefully we won't have to turn anybody away at the door. But come grab some free beer, some free food, and experience the greatest networking in Houston. Hope to see you guys there.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for joining us on today's show. We love everything that you guys provide to the industry, and we hope that we are able to be a positive influence for you as well. Don't forget to keep up your ruckus, and we'll see you next time.
Hey everyone, this is David over.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening. Realty Ruckus has been brought to you by Smart Pig Media Productions.